What's up, everybody? I have to make a video explaining my physics project. So take a seat, get some popcorn, and let's go over it. So to begin, I'll explain the theme of my project. My chosen theme was Jamesie Boy's bedroom. For those of you who are unaware, Jamesie Boy is a character I made up, so I decided to recreate his bedroom as like a miniature for this project. As you can see, I decorated the room as like a teenage boy's bedroom because Jamesie Boy is a teenage boy. He isn't a grown 30-year-old man, even though he might look like one. So I will go over the details of the project. So I'll just begin with the general details inside of the bedroom, and then we'll go more into the lighting. So here we have all of these posters, which are kind of like supposed to be a teenage boy's posters. Like, you know, a teenager has posters all over their room. So I put BTS. I put some like gaming posters because he is like a gamer. I put Moist Critical because I love Moist Critical a lot. I don't know if he would exist in Jamesie Boy's world, but that's not relevant. I made the desk with all of the books because Jamesie Boy loves reading and he likes annotating books because he's a nerd. Then I made like the bed. It's all made and very neat. I have the couch here, which is also very cute with all of the pillows. I have the bookshelf with even more books because, again, he loves to read. A lot more books everywhere. I put some of these soda cans so it kind of looks like, you know, when a teenager has drinks in their room and they just kind of forget and just leave it there and it like has mold in it. It's like really disgusting. So that's kind of like what this is. It's just a hidden detail. Sorry, my cat was just leaving, so you may be hearing that. So yeah, I just had a lot of little details here that kind of brought some character to this room. Apart from all of the like useless clutter for this project, let's go to the actual like physics that contributes to this project. So I'm going to turn on the switch, we'll go over it later. But you can see the lights kind of turn on. They're kind of low quality, kind of not good. My circuitry was not top tier for this. But the lights are on out here, so we have two major lights outside which are supposed to act as natural lighting. And those are in a parallel circuit, which I'll explain a little more when we actually go into the circuits of the project. This thing could work. Okay, and you can see there's an outdoor kind of aspect to this project besides the room I designed, which is very cluttered. So I'm going to show that to you by removing the wall and kind of going outside more into the details. So I had a lot of trees here and some birds in the trees, as you can see, little birds, to show that, like, because the apartment, or like his bedroom is in an apartment that's on a second story, like it's that kind of area where there's like a business on the bottom floor and then an apartment or living space on the second floor. That's kind of this situation. So I kind of wanted to emulate that he's on the second story. So I kind of drew like a backdrop to show more of that, just so we have a background back there. And then the trees are supposed to show that the room itself is elevated. So when the windows are looking at, you see the top of the tree, not like a tree trunk. And the wall is removable, just in case I needed to work on it or like add the details in there. So that's kind of cool and elaborate. It's convenient for me when I was working for it. I don't want to attach it just in case. You know, I think it's just interesting. I have that element. You can actually explore the outside and see what it looks like out there. It's very cool. Then the other light aspect is in a circuit in series. And it's just this one little light bulb, which is just supposed to act as a lamp on his desk. Very cute. I like the contrast of the very like bright, kind of white tones of the outdoor lighting and the very warm yellow tone inside. I think that's just I think it's a nice detail. I think it's a nice contrast in the atmosphere I was trying to create in my bedroom. So yeah. Now onto the physics of this project, which I have to figure out with my limited brain capacity. So this is going to be a bit of an experience for me to explain for you. So be patient with me. Okay, so let's begin with this box with the batteries inside, which is the total power source of all of the lights in here, which is there's 3 lights, as I described earlier, the natural lighting and the indoor lighting. So we have this box here, which has 2 wires coming from it. There is the red wire, and there's the black wire. The red wire is a positive charge, and the black one is a negative charge. And that's going to become important when we describe more of the lighting and the circuitry as we go into like the lights and the wires. Okay, let's begin with the red charge, which is the positive charge, or the red wire, which is the positive current. So we're going to go up here, we're going to follow the wire, and it comes here at this sort of switch. I've kind of locked the switch, so I can't really move it that much, but the switch it reaches to it reaches to two parts of the lighting, so it reaches to the parallel circuit, which is right here. This wire on the bottom will run up here, and it attaches at this parallel circuit, and it provides this circuit, which has both lights, the parallel one. It gives power to both of these lights, which are the natural lighting. And then the second wire, which is on top for us from this view, will run down all the way here. This is a very long light. So we're going to turn it around just so we can see how far it runs. So if you remember, it starts here as the top one. Right now it's the right one from this point of view. And it runs all the way down here. I covered it a lot with the electrical tape just so it would not break off, as my cat likes to eat at them. Because she's stupid and I don't want anything to happen to her. So we have it running all the way down here. If you can follow that, makes a little curve. And it runs here. And it provides energy or a current to the little lamp yellow light. So I'm going to remove this band-aid so we can actually see how exactly it provides. So as we can see, the light bulb has two little tails. So there's a longer tail and a shorter tail. The positive current has to attach to the longer tail because it's a positive receiver, else it will not work. So I had to make sure that this one, the red wire, connected with current to the long tail. So as you can see, it's connected to the long tail. We'll go on to the short tail in a second. So that's the positive current that we review. Okay, now to go on to the black wire, which provides a negative current. And so if we can follow the black wire, it reaches this switch, and then if you flip this switch, it turns on the lights, which will include the little ones down here, the little one down here, and both of the natural lighting in the parallel circuit. So if they're all connected, that's when it'll provide power. It can't just be like one connected. So here it's like a junction. There's two wires coming out from here. The wire over here, which is kind of a more copperish tone in color, will run, and it serves here to this parallel circuit by connecting almost directly to the tails of the light bulb here, but it doesn't connect. It connects to the wire that right next to here that is attached to the tails. So we don't want to have both of them right next to each other. It might be dangerous. I don't want that to happen. So they're all here. They're all insulated with the electrical tape. And so, as I explained earlier, there was a positive charge that provides the parallel circuit, and there's also a negative charge coming from that black wire. So we have both a positive and negative current coming here to provide the parallel circuit with power. And then so we explained that junction. So now following the more reddish wire, we'll turn it around, and this one goes all the way down to serve the little light bulb we were looking at earlier. So here we have a switch. It doesn't really move, it's locked in place. So the switch then continues to provide down here. It goes all the way down here. And we have to go to the band-aid and open it again just to see how exactly it serves. As we described, the positive red wire serves the long tail, while the negative black wire will serve the short tail. So if I had the black wire serving the long tail and the red wire serving the short tail, it wouldn't work. So we have to make sure it's right. That was something I struggled with a little bit. So if we close the band-aid, everything is all good. And that's just a tour of the circuitry of the project. Okay, so that was the tour of Jamesie Boy's bedroom that I created in my Circuit Shoebox project. Thank you for watching. I'm Charasella and I made the project myself. Again, thank you for watching and goodbye.